Hello and welcome to Indy 11, our first update since I said I would be going through updates season by season. And yes, I have completed our second season in charge of Indy 11 as John Green. And it has ended not disappointingly, but the way the season has gone, it's overall been disappointing. As you can see, the league table, well, Edmonton won it in the end, beating F Deltas, San Francisco Deltas, but that doesn't tell the story of the league. If I just go to the second division in total, we finished fifth in the league, not bad, the same as last year, I'm pretty sure. Yes, the same as last year on one more point, so we've made a slight improvement. But yeah, we finished the spring season, because I think I must have left you before we finished that. We finished that in fifth as well, with 18 points, 5 points off the playoff positions, which is not too bad. We did pick up form near the end of it, if you saw, but there's just so many draws, and I'll tell you about them later. In the fall season, we kind of cut out the draws a bit, but we were replacing them with losses, which was not great. But we did go on a few good runs. But basically, our draws hampered us at the end of the season again. And in the fall season, we managed to finish fifth. But for the last few games, we thought we still could have got the playoffs. But it was just those draws that really, really kind of cut us down the league, if that makes any sense. So no playoffs again this season. But I am very much looking forward to our next season. I was going to mention the draws, wasn't I? So if I just go to the American Second Division, I wanted to show you the amount of draws we had. We had 13 draws, which is a league record. Yeah, 13. And we had so many of those draws were down to letting late goals in and losing our lead, which is bloody annoying. So you never know what we would have done if we had cut out some of those draws and replaced them with wins. But yeah, annoying season. But yes, I'm really, really looking forward to next season. I think that I've sorted the tactics out. At the end of last season, we were winning a few games, and that's slightly because I changed it around a bit. I put on retained possession and used tighter marking, as I could see that our players were getting pulled around the place, and not even like pulled around the place because they were having to tightly mark, but because they were losing their players, basically. So I've just basically told them to tighter mark. And then also, when we had the ball, we were being quite careless with it. So I didn't want them to play it short necessarily, but I've asked them to retain a possession a bit more. And also, you might have known that we were on attack before, but now I've changed that to control, and we seem to be performing better as a team generally, which is very good. And also, during the summer transfer window, as it would have been, I did bring in two players. I brought in João Rodriguez. Chelsea fans, you might know him because he has been on your books for the last 5 years or so, being loaned out all the time, though. He has been a real influence. He scored 3 goals and had 2 assists and 1 man of the match, with an average rating of 7 in the 9 games he played, and he's made a real difference. We were playing him as a striker, but both Braun and Ables were not performing come the end of the season. They got like a goal in every 4 games, I reckon, for most of them, and they weren't performing for us. Also, I brought in Drew Connor because, as I'll go on to later, we're losing a few players to retirement, so I thought this is a perfect ideal opportunity to buy a youngster in Drew Connor who can play at right back as well as playing in the centre defensive midfield role. So he looks like a good prospect. Only 24 years old, and he'll come in and do a job for us. He's done all right, but he hasn't really started a lot of games for us. So let's go on to the players that will be retiring this season. As I did mention it, I think most of them have already retired. If I go transfer history, what do I do? Release players. So basically, Wells Thompson has retired from football, obviously. Good left back for us, but he was getting old. Didn't play a lot in his last season. Only played 5 games for us and in the league. So he was a good player that we brought in, but really only ever going to be a backup, and he's retired now. Then two other players that have left on retired. Gerard Torrado, what a club servant he has been for the last 2-3 seasons. He's played a host of games, I think over 50. Looking at that, and he's just been brilliant in every game. Not had the same impact this season as he did last season, but a very good player, and sad to see him leave. And then the last player is John Bush, Grandad Bush, as I think I've once called him. He's sadly retired, like he has done in real life, at the age of 42 now. I did sub him on in the last seconds of our last game because there was basically no chance of us making the playoffs, and that was his only appearance in the league for us. But he's been good as well for us. But I think it was his time to retire, and I did try and get him as a goalkeeping coach for the B team, but that was blocked by the board. Elsewhere, players leaving so far is where is he? Justin Braun, our big, tall striker, very strong. He's leaving. He's never quite clicked in our team. I know he adds something different, but as you can see, he's only scored 6 in 42 games, which is poor, very, very poor. He's signed a pre-contract with New York Cosmos, and I didn't stop that from happening. I kept him to the end of the season, but it'd be good to get him off the books because he's quite an expensive player and he hasn't been performing. So we've got some money to bring people in now. But yeah, that kind of wraps up this season. And I'm not going to tell you who we've been bringing in yet because that's a little secret for the episode where I begin the season. But yes, that is the end of the season. You'll be so surprised that Miami did not win it, even though they have Vincenzo Ranella, he's actually leaving now to Crotone, and Poku up front. They were so brilliant throughout the league. Where is Poku? I'm going to find Poku. Those two were just demolishing defenses. But yeah, they did not win it. The playoffs. They went out to, I think it was either Edmonton or SF Deltas, obviously. But they were 58 points in the regular season. But they just couldn't do it in the playoffs. If I can find the playoffs, yeah. Who did they lose to? Yeah, they lost to San Francisco Deltas. But yeah, poor Miami, really. But yes, Edmonton won. We finished in 5th overall. Looking to build for next season. I'm not going to give you any hints though. Wait and see who we've signed. But yes, thank you for watching. And we'll see you again soon at the beginning of next season. Anyways, don't forget to be awesome. Enjoy your footballing weekend and see ya.